Regime change in Iran favors a Mediterranean-centered, globocentric market. The weakening or removal of the Iranian regime following the Israeli-American attack facilitates the emergence of a new Mediterranean-centric market system. The area of analysis is not limited to the Gulf and the Middle East, it must also extend to the Red Sea, Africa, and the broader connection between the Mediterranean and the Indo-Pacific. The reason is that the likely elimination or downgrading of the Iranian regime both removes the interference of local destabilizers that have so far acted as Iranian proxies and weakens the strategic projection of China and Russia in Africa, the most valuable region on the planet in terms of mineral resources and development prospects. In simplified terms, the obstacles to creating a coastal and deep Mediterranean market with an increasingly structured architecture, which I call the Ecumene, are reduced. This configuration would offer Italy a very clear geoeconomic advantage. In particular, it would shape a Mediterranean area that becomes both a more competitive transit route than the Arctic Passage between the Indo, Pacific and North Central America, and a lake of connection linking its shores and hinterlands. Rome is already pursuing the project of a global Italy by expanding its network of bilateral strategic partnerships with countries that are either compatible or of diplomatic commercial interest, both worldwide and across the coastal and deep Mediterranean. Within this strategy, it seeks to maintain a dual convergence with the United States and the EU. The reason is that Italy possesses only small to medium political and military power, yet it is the world's fourth largest exporting nation. It therefore needs Washington as a correlatable force multiplier. In this sense, I consider it a positive sign that the United States is becoming more engaged in Africa to reduce China's influence. Rome also needs the EU's Global Gateway program to redirect more resources toward the south. But to achieve this, a Mediterranean land of plenty must be created, an area attractive enough to draw investment and strategic attention. Moreover, the global centrality of a future Mediterranean market requires external recognition. India is already on board, the Gulf states as well, and much of Africa would in practice be included, but Japan would be a key factor. The Italy-Japan bilateral relationship is already advanced enough to support an ambitious partnership that brings Tokyo more deeply into our geography and Rome into theirs. A preliminary estimate of how a globocentric Mediterranean could boost Italian exports over the next decade suggests a potential increase from the current $620 billion to nearly $1 trillion. Probability? In a scenario where the Shiite Iranian regime collapses, rapidly or more gradually, and where China's and Russia's influence in the relevant geo-area diminishes due to the loss of an allied regime, new sources of conflict could emerge. Yet all participants in the globocentric ecumene would stand to gain significantly, and this reduces the likelihood of destabilizing confrontations. For this reason, the opportunity carries an estimated probability of 70%, even taking Middle Eastern complexity into account. This is why supporting regime change in Iran, and helping the young people who are fighting there for freedom and a future of prosperity, becomes strategically meaningful.